Opening a store requires clear communication and collaboration across different departments. The franchise opener allows you to build a checklist template that you can use for all new locations in the opening phase. In order to successfully open a store and collect royalties, there are several tasks corporate and franchise owners have to complete. Equipment needs to be ordered, documents have to be signed, training needs to be conducted, and much more. In this video, you'll learn how to set up your master checklist. Start by listing the different departments that will be involved in the opening phase, such as legal, marketing, construction, and so on. Next, think of important milestones, such as the signing of the agreement, hiring of selection staff, and so on. Do you have different types of stores? Different types of stores may require different setup steps. For example, a carry-out-only location will not require dining furniture. The mapping document will guide you in setting up your checklist. Your implementation manager can work with you to help get this file imported into the system. If you're coming from a legacy system, you could copy and paste the headers into the file. If you're starting from scratch, then you can follow the examples in the spreadsheet. Let's look at one example. Let's say the first thing you need to do after the agreement is signed is attend a call with the executive team. We can enter that in the task field. In the responsibility area, we'll indicate the different departments involved. This might be the executive team and the franchise owner. The contact field would be the specific point of contact. You can select multiple contacts, for example, the franchise owner and members of the exec team. Since all the stores would use this step, you can select all stores. You can group your tasks, but this isn't required. You might use groups to put tasks in different phases together. The next field is about providing franchisees access to this task, and there are 3 settings. None means that franchisees cannot view or update this task. View only means the franchise user is allowed to access a task to view, but not to update status or mark as complete. Update status means the franchise user can view and update a status. In this example, we'll make it view only. Next, we can make this a mandatory field. Later, we'll be able to filter for mandatory versus recommended tasks. Critical level would be if this is a high-level item. This would show up in the system with a critical icon and also be a filter that could be used in reports. We can set it up so that this event occurs 7 days after the agreement has been signed, and the users have 4 days to complete it. A notification will go out 2 days prior if this task has not been completed. We can initialize the dependency so the task can't be marked as complete before the prior task. If you set initialize dependency to no, you can mark a task as complete regardless of if there's a dependency attached to it. The timing trigger would be at completion of. Number of days would be 7. The next field would be after, and the number of days would be 4, and then select after. We can also set up reminders prior to the event. So in the send completion reminder field, we'd select 4. Once the information is complete, you can continue following this process for the rest of the items. If you go into the Store Info tab, the tasks will appear in the order of dependency. If you choose not to use dependencies, the checklist can be based on the grand opening date and will show up week by week, allowing you to work backwards from the opening date. There are a few other checklists you can fill out. Equipment checklists work essentially the same way as task checklists. Equipment checklists have an additional field where you can add supplier names and quantity of products. Supplier lists can be imported into the system or added manually from the Supplier tab. For example, if you need to order 3 telephones from Verizon, this is where you'd update that information. The document checklist is for uploading documents. This could be lease agreements, permits, etc. The picture checklist can be used to upload photos of construction or staff photos. Secondary checklists can be used for international developments, transfers, social media checklists, and much more. If any tasks don't have a time frame, You can label them as timeless tasks. These will be highlighted in gray and can be completed at any time. Once you have your file formatted, your FranConnect implementation specialist will work on getting the tasks uploaded to your system. At any time, you can manually go in and make changes to your checklists. Once checklists are added, when you add new stores for opening into the system, the checklist will pre-populate into the store's record. This concludes Opener implementation training.